Greetings, my scattered sisters and brothers in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that His presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. Our psalm today is Psalm 126. Psalm 126, it's another one of the songs of ascent. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord, like streams in the Negev. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. Now, sow is not a word that we use a whole lot in our time. We might think about it as planting, as scattering seed as planting seed. And so those who plant seeds in times of sorrow, they're going to reap a harvest of joy. I think Israel knew this well, that when they went through times of incredible sorrow and grief, to keep planting, to keep sowing seed, not give up. And time will come where there'll be a harvest and it will be filled with joy, it'll be filled with blessing. And they had to do this when they were down in Egypt. They eventually had to do this in their Babylonian captivity. But as they kept on sowing seed, as they kept on planting, the Lord was faithful, and there was times of harvest, times of joy. Liberation from Egypt, return from captivity in Babylon, rebuilding the temple. And so Israel learned in its history that if they kept on planting, if they kept on sowing seed through their most bitterest times, that there would be a harvest of joy. I wonder how well we know that lesson. I think sometimes when we go through hard times, difficult times, times of grief and sorrow, our tendency is to shut down, to quit planting, to just give up. And the psalmist is trying to teach us no, that if we plant in times of sorrow, the Lord is faithful to us in those times, and that there will be a harvest of joy, that the Lord will bring us through the difficult times and bring us into a place where there's rejoicing and where there's great joy. Probably the ultimate, Jesus' death on the cross, his resurrection. Jesus didn't quit planting seed while he was on the cross. He didn't quit sowing. He stayed faithful to God, stayed faithful to the mission right up until his last breath. And then there was resurrection joy. You talk about a harvest. I think about the disciples, the apostles, went through incredibly difficult times, but they kept on planting seeds, kept on sowing. They reap a harvest of joy. And so it is for you and me, that when we go through times of sorrow, go through times of grief, we don't want to quit. We don't want to shrink back, however much we might feel like it. We want to keep planting seeds, because as we plant those seeds, we can be sure that God will bring us through that time and there will be a harvest of joy. And so wherever you find yourself scattered today, if it's a sorrowful day, if it is a day full of grief, if it's a day of despair, don't quit planting. Don't quit sowing seeds. Stay faithful. Stay at it. And you will discover that God will bring you through this time and bring you a harvest of joy. God bless. Have a good day. And keep planting.